Welcome back to Confessions of a Beauty Boss.
So, will we just tell everybody what we were just doing while we were waiting to get in?
We're standing waiting for Paul to open the door, and I was scrolling through social media, and there was a thing came up, and it was the hand lock challenge. So you have to squat down like a wee samurai, or a sumo wrestler, no, a samurai. Totally different things, like a sumo wrestler, and lock your hands in front of your feet. So we were out at the top of the stairs and we both tried it.
Just then Paul opened the door.
Paul opened the door like, what the fuck are you two doing?
Anyway, what a way to start.
I know.
A wee laugh.
That's just a usual Monday morning.
And then, rightly so, Kate positioned me to the other side because I'm so clumsy that I could have fallen down the stairs.
Yeah,
that would
I
have
thought
been a
that. I
good
said,
look.
no, turn in the other way.
Anyway, let's start this week.
Yep.
So we're obviously batching content again.
So God knows when you'll get this. It might not be relevant to anything that's happening.
I know. So topics this week. One I was looking at, we've kind of briefly touched on before, was authenticity through business and how important it is. And it's really important in social media now as well, because a lot of people put up all the fluff in social media, and that's when people start comparison is the thief of joy. But if you're authentic and show the struggles as well, people relate to you more.
I think this whole podcast is very much about that. You know, that's why we did it. It was like to talk about what your highs and your lows are, because there's a lot more lows than highs. You know, there's lots more challenges than there is actually all the good bits, you know, and we're really bad for celebrating the wins when we get them.
We don't.
Aye.
And we keep saying we'll do it, we'll start doing it, and we never do.
I know.
And then we had a wee chat in the train, didn't we, about like just pyramid schemes in general, and we were having a wee laugh about it, because do you remember the days it was Forever Unique or Young or whatever it was called?
Forever Young. Something like that,
the
wasn't
mad
it?
aloe
Was it
vera drink things.
There's been so many. It was before that, it was Amway Makeup was another one.
Oh, I don't know.
That's years ago. You were probably about 15 then. But it was just that whole, you know, getting all your pals into it and doing parties and summers. God, Ann Summers started as one of the biggest pyramid schemes ever. So everybody, all your friends would all have parties.
Oh, really? I thought it was
Tupperware
always
the same. No.
kind of shop that they just built upon. No.
Oh my God, I've been to some Ann Summers
I
parties.
had been to Ann Summers parties, but I just thought it was just like an extension of
No,
the...
that's where it started. That's how it came
right.
through. Because it was too risky to be on the high street.
I remember me and my pal rented in a house, Big Wally's house, and we had an Ann Summers party, and he was set up to his there was 20 girls chasing each other with dildos. Lingerie on. He's like peeking out the door.
Shout out to Billy. I think he listens to this podcast.
Loving every minute. Asking his
you
football team over to watch. Aye, that was a time to be alive.
So that was one of the original pyramid schemes.
Well, that's nuts.
There's quite a few of them going about now as well, isn't there? But it's just
and I do you know what? That's the problem, isn't it? And I had seen a friend in common in social media as basically called it all these pyramid schemes because people are slipping into her DMs offering her an opportunity of a lifetime. And do you know what? If that's your vibe, then go for it. If you're making money and you're being successful off it, but don't drag everybody else into it, because she said something that was so resonating. It was like all these people believe in that dream. They watch the social media of certain people like with their lavish lifestyles and saying they built it off of this pyramid scheme, and they're just so desperate to make their life better and have more money that they buy into that dream, and they don't always get there. And that girl's like, what happens for the people that are on the ground paddling and you're making profit off them? And I get that that's business as well, but just don't missell the dream.
That's what I was just going to say. It's all just being open and transparent about it. You know, it might not work. It might not be for you, you know, because I'm doing this. I'm not doing just this. I'm doing lots of other things as well. And that's why I'm maybe more driven or whatever. So it's
I'm only doing this and it's my sole focus and that's why it's doing so well. Or it's all these kind of like, oh, you're a mum and you want some passive income. Do you want to end up with a big car and the lavish holidays and the big house? And
the amount of commitment you have to put in to get to that is unrealistic.
It's like, what stage am I on the scale? Like I'm an ant compared to the above.
Yeah.
It's just authenticity, easy for me to say.
Yeah.
Is so important in business, isn't it, as well? And I think we do come across quite well on social media.
Well, we always try and not be like, oh, we're living the dream and everything's perfect, you know.
Because it's
if we
certainly not.
put a win up, it's because we're like, how lucky are we to be doing this? You know, like we were down in Marhall last week doing a favour for Adam, and it was just like, if anybody
We were asked
just
to be
filmed
OAP
that,
models. Kate was my mom. Adam will chuckle at this.
He'd had to have a different demographic. So he'd had like a younger couple in the morning, then he'd had a mum and daughter, and then he was doing it. He's saying it's all based around Mother's Day. And the minute he said Mother's Day, I went, how dare you? Am I supposed to be her mum? And he was like, no, this is a different take on it. This is two friends coming for an overnight. And I was like, no, you've said that.
And
Adam,
then the
that's
remainder
me.
of the days, like, this is Jenny and her mom.
I shouldn't have put that idea in his head, but that's it now. Aye. But then
so
he calls
funny.
Vicky's gran all the
That's
time,
true.
doesn't he?
I
So
know. It's so funny.
so funny. But that day, if MD just filmed us on that day, just sitting down in Marhall, it would have looked as though we were having a beautiful day and, you know, enjoying the fruits of all our hard work and spending lavish money. Whereas we flew down there, it was 2 hours back up the road, stuck in traffic on a Friday afternoon. It was just like busy.
We were doing a favour for our friend, and we had a lovely time when we were there.
But we would never have put that up saying, look at us, look at what we've
I think,
done.
but sometimes we post, especially for the academy, all the lovely spas that we train for. But again, nobody sees the behind the scenes of like you're paddling as fast as you can under the water, but you look like a swan on top of the water. It's
because that's nice that we get to go to these places to have the meeting to set
it's
up.
lovely, but it's work.
But it's work.
That's it. And
We're there to get the client over the line. We're there to meet the student or whatever that happens to be. But then when they come back, we have to then do all the work and actually get them trained and through their exams and check in on them and make sure they're doing okay and follow up with their mock assessments and all that kind of thing. So it's not just all what you see on screen.
Absolutely not.
Very rarely it's like that.
No. And I think as well, when we rebranded after the fire, we were kind of looking at where we wanted to be, and we are like a 5-star salon, Urban Retreat, and we wanted to kind of portray that, but we didn't want to lose the fun out of it as well, because we do have a fun team.
Yeah.
So we do like to put aspects of the crazy team up. We've got one scheduled in for our last team meeting, which was funny. But I think it's important for people to see that as well, because then it shows that it's a nice place to work and everybody gets on.
Especially for the academy, you're trying to be so professional because we are dealing with, you know, luxury 5-star hotels.
And,
we don't want them
a globally recognised awarding body. You need to meet the occupational standards as well.
Yeah.
So
you don't want them to think that I'm sending my students up there and they're jumping about like
loonies,
carrying on and misbehaving, and you know, but it's just getting that balance of it is a nice place to work and the students will be relaxed when they come because, you know, we look after them and God, some of the students we treat like kids.
I know.
When we get nice wee ones,
it's
we're
so
like,
nice.
all right, do you need anything?
But then going back to the being authentic as well, there's people on social media that probably don't share as much as what they should do, and it does look glamorous and it does look like they're living the high life, but guaranteed
They're having those down days.
as well.
Yeah.
It's like nobody's perfect in business.
No, I think it should be share the highs and the lows. Make it realistic, make it, you know, a reality check for people who are going to go into business, you know, because they might just follow that one person who makes it look glamorous and easy, and again it's that whole false sense of achievement that that it's easy to get there, and it's definitely not.
It's like, look, we've put a job interview up for the academy now for a educator, a permanent position, which is a big step for us, because we've had bank team members up till now because it's that consistent wage, and we're not a government college that has that support behind us of funding.
Don't get any funding, we have to rely on
we have to rely on people booking with us. And lately I've been doing a lot of the courses as well as my other jobs, and it's got too much. So I've been struggling a lot with throwing all the balls up and feeling overwhelmed and burnt out, and it's just, that's the reality. Whereas when I put the job advert up, the amount of people that message saying you guys are smashing it, and it's like it's taken 8 years to get here, and
to actually be taking on somebody full time, and we're still nervous about it. Because
really
what
nervous.
if 3 months down the line
It dries up.
it dries up
I
and
know.
people don't book?
But it's like you can't think like that either,
No.
can you? Because it's the same with Urban when we grow our team. It's every time you take another team member on, you're like, is another wage going out? But then think of the money that it could create in the
income that it brings
background.
in,
It's just, I think it is just scary because we've never done it for the academy before.
I know.
And it's just a different can of worms, isn't it?
I know. But it has to, we have to take the step.
I know.
It's just that being brave, just step off the edge and just go for it.
I'm just going for it because what's the alternative?
Aye.
I have a mental breakdown.
I know. No, it can't go on. It can't go on.
I know it's mad, but it's people's perceptions, and even people, again, I don't know why I feel so icky about it, but people in other salons that I know that are like, oh my God, I've been doing it as long as you, and you're just kind of like, you're doing really well as well. It's just, it's different. It looks different. It just looks different, but you're doing extremely well as well.
That's it. It's everything in perspective to your situation, your lifestyle. If that person's making a good wage and doing what they want, doing what they like, you're doing, that's you doing great.
I know, exactly.
We're at the other end, we're doing too much and being like,
No, and we've actually had trainers reach out from like Wales and England and be like, if you open up ones, and that was the dream, like it is the dream, like franchising or opening up extra academies. But the thought of it now actually is inducing a heart attack.
Aye. Because we are feeling so overwhelmed just now. Once things settle down and it kind of levels out a wee bit again, then we can start thinking about it.
Yeah, moving forward, just one step at a time.
Yeah.
It's funny, I was watching Gordon Ramsay's Netflix series at the weekend. I was talking to you about it, binging, and actually we were saying, I was like, I didn't actually think I'd like him, but I really like him, and there was just some questions in it that he was asked, and I was just like, oh my God. So one of them was, when's enough enough?
Yeah.
And I was just thinking to myself, when is enough enough? Because
you look at him and think he's got everything. He's got the big house in America. He's got all the businesses.
He could easily retire, I'd imagine.
He wouldn't need to do it.
But I get that drive against something that you're so passionate about in an industry that you're so passionate about. But you don't want it to be at the detriment of your family, your health and everything else. So I was feeling emotional again at the weekend, and I was just like, when is enough?
Well, you said that he feels as though his other kids, he wasn't present. He's now getting a chance. It's almost as if he's been given a second chance with younger kids just now to kind of spend more time.
That's it. Do you know, I think that's what bothers me as well. Like when I had Urban at first just from home, I adapted all my columns around my kids. So I went to every school show, every parents' evening, toddler groups, everything, because I had Urban from when they were both born. And since having the place down the road, so Urban in the academy, so they were 8 years on, so Eve was just going on 10, and Lewis was just going on 7. So it's almost like they've forgotten, because they were babies, toddlers, early years in school, and Craig's such a hands-on dad. He's a fantastic dad, but it's almost like they know that I do a lot of stuff with them, but it's almost like dad's more present. Yeah. And it kills me.
Shifts and things like that as well. It's just circumstances. Because you do your 9-to-5 job and you're home at night, but
I'm still working
working at night.
So, and it's that whole, when's enough? And you've said it to me before as well, like, will someone die if you don't respond to that social media or you don't put that out? And I don't know what it is in me. It's like the impulse of it needs to get done. And
that's definitely a personality thing, because we own this business together. Whereas I know when I go home at night, there's points of the night where I'm just like, well, that will wait till tomorrow morning. I wouldn't think to answer that, because I'm thinking the person out there, and I know you worry that they'll go somewhere else, but I'm like, but that person out there knows that the business is closed over the weekend, especially the academy.
I have stopped doing that now. I have stopped, and the girls pick up Urban messages, but I have stopped answering the academy ones over the weekends now. But there is still an element of, even if you're just doing a wee bit of doom scrolling, then you start thinking about the business and the next move, and you just never switch off. No. So I think that really resonated with me when he was asked that question, because us 8 years ago would never have thought we would be in this position right now.
No. Juggling, taking on more academies, or, like all the things that we could be doing just now, but we're like, right, okay, let's not stretch ourselves too far any further. You're like Stretch Armstrong at the moment. I mean, the doll, it was like that. So that's why we are doing it with the trainer. It's got to be for a better life balance, a work-life balance.
But what is the goal now? I feel like we've lost sight of that. What is the goal?
Because where everything's feeling...
Because the goals have been achieved.
Yeah.
They all have been achieved now. What is the goal now?
I know, because it's definitely a fear of doing the franchising thing. It's definitely a fear because you lose a bit of control. I don't think that's your nature. I don't think your nature will cope with franchising because it's as much as it's your brand and you put the processes in place, you're handing over your name to somebody else because how they run it will be how you're seen.
You want them to uphold everything that you've done, the blood, sweat and tears.
Aye. And they might have their own spin on things and they'll not want to do it that way. So, but then they wouldn't come into it because when they come into it agreeing to doing it this way. These are the protocols, these are the standards we need to meet for our awarding body. It's not as if it's just us being arseholes and thinking we're the best things in sliced bread and you'll do it our way. It's not. It has to be.
Because it works. We've done it over and over again and we know it works.
Yeah.
And it's upholding those standards as well.
I think the goal is to get another wee bit of work-life balance back again.
100%.
It's constantly
100%
in your mind now.
It's just, it's funny. It's I feel like this is going to be one big podcast because covering all the points in it. Again, I was listening to my favourite podcaster, Francesca Amber, and she was going on about how you have extroverts and introverts. And I suppose over different seasons in my life, I could have been both. Mm-hmm. But she said there's a new, or maybe it's not a new term, but a new term that she had heard of, and it's a ambivert, I think. I need to just look it up. And I was like, that is me. And she was basically like, you can go full pelt, full of fun, like full of energy, and then it's just too much.
Recluse.
And then it's just like you need to shut off the world, you need to recharge, you need to just be with your family in big social situations, or teaching like people from scratch in such an intense time scale just literally drains your energy and your bandwidth. Yeah. And you just need time out to recharge. And I was like, that is absolutely me. Yeah. Everything that she was saying, I was like, and you feel recharged around the right people and certain conversations that you have. So
I think that now you love the teaching side of it, and normally that would be your ideal goal, is taking them from scratch, from knowing nothing and getting them to the end of the week. You used to really excel in that. You'd be at the end of the week like,
there was
my
still,
God.
Even the last course that I did, there was a moment in the weddings day I actually felt really teary because I was like, these guys are all doing amazing. I'm so proud of them, and that's actually me that's got them to this stage. And like
it's
taking that wee moment.
Just because there's so many other things going on. If that was just all you had to do, you would love it again. But we're at that stage now where we need somebody else. We need someone else to take that, to get that feeling. We want someone else to have that feeling.
Exactly.
That pride and that passion to take them where they need to be, and that's all they do.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about another salon, a piercing studio, a cafe,
podcast,
social customers
media
coming through the door. It's just how do we pay the bills? So all of those things combined. So as you say, that the nature thing, the ambivert or whatever it is circumstances. Because you would have been the extrovert, probably. At most points in your life, you would be the one out, partying. You said yourself, younger you was crazy, out all the time.
Party. But there has always been a part of me though that needs to recharge, like needs quiet, needs away from the world, and like my husband and my kids always say it, they're my wee safe space, and it's just time out. Even just going around to see my mum and dad yesterday, and I didn't take Craig and the kids with me. It's like I went myself just to have a bit of time with my mum and dad, and just knowing that you're back to your roots and being able to talk things out, and it's just good having your mammy in it.
I know.
Just talking some sense into you.
Bringing you back down to earth.
And just rationalising things.
Yeah. Because they've got that worldly experience. They're older. They've been through it. They've been through the stressful times, and they'll give you that strong advice and say, you're going to burn yourself out.
Oh, I'm there. I'm there. And they're concerned I'm their kid.
Yeah.
So they're just like, God, you're doing too much, you need to just stop because we're scared in case something happens to you. So, and that's a bit of a wake up call when your mum and dad sit you down and say that, and you're like, right, okay.
And you don't want to worry them either.
No.
So
no, I know my wee
will
dad
now be
texted me this morning saying, how you feeling this morning? I was like, I'm fine.
You're clearly
I'm
not.
okay. I'm fine.
Many times have our voices gone up a few decibels. I'm all right. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. That's me. That's my catchphrase. Because it always is.
I know.
It's all right. What's ever happened? Everything we've been through in the last 8 years, we've come through them all.
I know. And we had a real reality check last week, didn't we? We support Strathcarron and St Andrew's Hospice, and we have done since we opened. And they invited St Andrew's Hospice invited us in to let us see where our donations have went. Yeah. And it was a real eye-opener, wasn't it?
It was honestly beautiful.
But do you know...
That centre is unreal. They have like 20-odd beds, 150 outpatients, and the things they do for them, and all the things that we didn't know went on. There's youth clubs for family
kids
members, kids that have lost their parents. So it's a wee bit of almost like kind of a... bringing them together, a wee bit of grief counselling almost, it's giving them a safe space with other kids who have gone through what they've gone through. There's arts and crafts during the day for families just now that are going through it. When we walked around that building, the amount of things.
It was beautiful. It was happy, wasn't it? It wasn't sad, it was happy.
Such a lovely vibe. I know. And when Lorette was telling, sharing some lovely stories of patients that they've had and all the things they've put on for them.
Yeah, just to create memories for their family. And
unbelievable. Well. Like date nights. They made this wee sitting room and took all the chairs out and put a table and chairs in it and had like candles and dinner and...
Or slumber parties with their pals.
Their pals coming in and all.
They brought a horse in one day. Was it a horse?
Yeah,
a horse.
The old man used to work in farms or something. So they actually brought... a big Clydesdale horse into the courtyard and opened these windows, and the horse they put the bed over by the windows so the man could see the horse. Oh. I know, just so many lovely things. The movie night.
I know.
Like a private screening of a film that wasn't out yet because they reached out to somebody at the BBC who made it happen. These are people that have got,
problems.
Problems. But the staff in there do everything with a smile.
They're amazing.
Everything with a smile.
I went away being like, right, how do we raise more money? Yeah. And I want to not work as much so I can do some volunteering.
Yep, absolutely. And I want to every day remind myself in the morning of the people that are in those rooms today.
That don't have a chance.
No.
I know.
We're up and out and healthy and fit and we've came to work and we're doing this.
And we have choices. That's it. There's choices to make, and you don't... If you're stuck in a situation that you don't want to be in, don't be in it, or change the circumstances. Yeah. So
it's like even like working, like we're looking at chatting to different trainers and things like that. It's like they have to connect with the students and the job and all the rest of it, but it's got to be right for them and us. There's no point in them
getting
coming
our own head about what if they don't like this, what if they don't like that, and we need to remember that they're coming to fit our business model.
I know.
And if it doesn't fit, then I'm sure they'll find a job elsewhere.
Exactly. And we've put out what we're looking for and they've approached. So there must be something there they want to be involved in. So it's not as if we're...
I think it's going back to that whole self-sabotage, isn't it? It's like imposter syndrome. Because we are doing well, but we don't always see it ourselves because we're too busy trying to survive in the background.
And solve all the other problems, everybody else's problems as well.
And people, I think, see the plays that we've been making lately, like partnering up with Skin Rocks and stuff. And again, they're wanting to be part of all that as well. But you just hope it's for the right reasons.
Yeah, I know. No, that's an exciting one coming up.
I know.
I'm looking forward to that.
I know.
Well, it started, but now it's just putting all into play.
Into place. So it reminds me I've got to put up stuff for the models. Remind me after this.
See, your brain never stops.
Son and Wednesday. I know. So, yeah, that's just... We went off on a tyrant there. It started off with being authentic in business, but I suppose this is an authentic chat as well
about how real it is.
The struggles, and we might be doing really well, but it's still really hard. It's not easy. So... I was watching again that Gordon Ramsay had a CEO for his company, and I was like, oh, can't wait to that day.
He would just love a manager.
I know.
Just somebody to help.
Think bigger picture again.
CEO of everything. We just
check in. Although he has a busy life. Like he was just off a plane from Vegas, dealing with that, home with his family for 48 hours, doing his soft launch, then off to Washington DC, then off to New. And it's like, when do you ever get time just to be at home? And
I know, so money doesn't make it better.
no,
You know, he's put himself into so many situations that he has to keep all those
I
balls
think that's my
juggling.
problem as well. Like, yes, I want the money, but it's the driving for more all the time, and I don't know when
When it
it
stops.
stops, and that scares me. Myself scares me
Yeah,
because
scares me more, Hen. I'm like, when's she going to stop?
no another business.
I've been dragged into so many things.
I know, but I don't know where it comes from.
I know.
It's just that striving for more, and
Like this, you know what? Never in my wildest dreams in my life would I have thought I would be doing a podcast.
but it's because I
It's
wanted to write the book, and I'm like,
know.
well, let's face it, I could never write it. I need to get my brother involved, and he's busy now, so
I was like, no, you're all right.
I don't want to write about you waxing fannies.
That's
but
your next thing. That's your next thing. That'll be you touring the country on a book tour. Up and down
I
the
wait till
country.
Alan can diarise some time with me. I know. But it's been good, the podcast as well, because my mum and dad were actually talking about that yesterday. They're like, do you really need to be doing this podcast? And it's like, well, do you know what? See, since we've done it, we've had more traction in the academy. So
Absolutely, it's working. It's getting the name out there as well, and it's good to be talking to like-minded people. You know, when you see the comments and things like that you get on the
it's nice that it's
social
helping
page.
people because we are so real about everything that people see that nobody's got it.
No.
Sussed.
No, we're all just
Winging it.
winging it. It's our favourite saying, winging
No.
it. So, if you've enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, share, subscribe.
Tell me what it takes to get you feeling alive.